Alright, after... Okay, this is actually going to be the part 2.2 for real, instead of the one I just recorded, so... Turns out bringing your monitor will actually help, so... I'm going to explain Atom Skip. So... The point of this trick is to scale this tower and get to this dual magnet, like where I'm pointing to. If you try to just do this and, like, do that, that's not gonna work. She can get very close, but it's like barely out of reach. So what we're going to do is we're gonna actually use a normalized setup by this runner named Zaz. He created this. So this is what we call the Zaz setup. Very important. This is the most consistent one that will work. So to start, position Samus like right here. Samus is on the screen on the magnet. Then, afterwards, you want to do a buffered wall jump, which means like hold B and right. Then you want to do another buffered wall jump, like where my laser is pointing. And then you want to do a melee where the slope and straight line meets. So like this kind of like here. This is where you want to press B with the melee. There are multiple quadrant methods. Some people hold their controller sideways, like it's a very bad example of the hand game. Like this. And then some people will just claw grip like this. But I like to do it a little bit differently. I'll show you what I do. You need to actually pay attention to doing Atom Skip. Alright, there's that. So, you saw how I did it, where I just, like, swiped B. I move my finger from X to B, because then that makes it way easier to get the melee a lot more consistently. That melee has a great window. And also, the other thing I should mention is that the melee has to be against the wall. It cannot be away, otherwise you're going to have a way harder time. You can also do this theoretically, but it's not recommended. But if you really find this ass setup inconsistent, I suppose. This is why you don't do it, because it's not normalized and you don't know when you're gonna fail it. But with this ass setup, you do. Oh my gosh, honestly, wait, okay. I solved my problem with this script, let's go. So after you go Atom Skip, there's a couple of other things I want to mention. The routing. So, when you do Atom Skip, it will skip going here, it will skip going here, it will skip going all the way to here, and then back to here. That takes a minute. So on the way, when you go through the enemy zone door, you'll be talking to Adam. When you do Atom Skip, that's not the case, because you don't go that way. And as a result, Adam is not dormant for the rest of the run. That means several long matching text boxes with Atom Skip is not going to be present. So that's the thing. So here's the thing about Adam in this game. Adam works like a bus stop. If he doesn't leave one Adam station, he's not going to go to the next. So yeah, there's that. I wanted to show the hand cam for Atom Skip. So that's what I wanted to do. Now we're going to play the game as well. After you get to the top of this tower, you do Atom Skip, do a slide 3-spin. And then do a close slide to jump. So I'll show you how that works. Actually, no, we can break it down with the video. So you want to do a slide respin there. You want to get onto the magnet. You want to stick to it. Do 2 jumps and then jump off of it while having screw. You will kill this enemy. then as soon as you jump, press free aim, and then cloak, and then jump. Because that way she'll actually have... That way her horizontal movement will actually be slowed, so that way she can get on the magnets. So that's why that works. You'll want to be holding free aim the whole time. That's the other thing you'll want to know. This is how you move through the room. Same thing with the button. You can slide between these sides of the ground. I obviously did not get that time. So, yeah. After you come down the action switch, just... Because this is all on the fly, I need to be showing this on this... Okay, so... This is perfect. I'll break down... So don't mind the switch capture being recorded at 30 frames per second. So as you're walking in the enemy zone, fire a missile. It will automatically destroy the zone. You could optionally just do a melee, which is what I'm doing here, but I just opt to do the missile because it's just like, it's simple for me. You do a melee, and then immediately start spinning. Frame by frame. So soon as you're like down here, like maybe a tile, like right there, that's when you want to press right, because then she will weave past all of that, which is slow if you bonk on it. Then normally the Emmy is here, the second part of this. You'll want to melee very edge. Slow this down. Melee, like, right here. Do not melee too early or else you'll hit the MB. And no, the MB is not a Goomba, so you can't just step on this. So, yeah. So, you get through the door. As soon as you do that, you want to immediately slide down. You could optionally kill the fly, or, optimally, here's what you want to do. Go against the wall, jump, don't wait to just start jumping. As soon as the magnets disappeared all the way, this is when you want to start jumping. Do a delayed wall jump, and then another wall jump, and then do another delayed wall jump, so that way you grab the magnets. This is how you do that. So to summarize, I mean, one word. So, do a delayed jump like what I just did. Another wall jump, grab the magnet, and then kill the fly, and then go down and make it, keep your momentum. Already, or he's up there. So when you're going in this room, you want to hang on the sledge. Hang and then just don't press up. Then what you want to do is move right towards the map, and then shoot up. And then do two one-sided wall jumps on the map. Because then what will happen is Samus will just pop through the wall and pop through a one-tile gap. Then have the pseudo screw going, so that way when you get to the top, you can immediately open the door. Then one screw in melee. And then just jump and then grab the magnet. slide through, and then shoot down. Grab the sea tank. You'll need it. So you want to go. What you want to do is him. You want to slide and then slide and then respin, and then angle down much lower than what's here. Angle down at like a 45-degree angle. Then, if you did that, he should activate, and then he should start running and attacking you. If you did it correct, you should have ended up, like, starting to fall rather than still on the platform. And then another respin. Now we're going to go to the next zone of the game. So, something you should be shooting for, if you're a beginner or like someone who's looking to get into Dread, getting a sub 18 minute time on this elevator is a good idea. Getting a sub 18 elevator is actually a great goal for Glitchless. Now we're in dire mode. First thing I want to do is... Alright, I'm going to show and tell actually. Any of these passes, I can't really do it on the fly. The first thing, as soon as you get into the room, jump like where I'm at. Then you want to do wall jumps on the magnet, and then you want to jump and then hold free aim and then cloak. And then with that, if that's done, Samus should be able to neutral jump in cloak. Well, she already does by default, but with the free aim, you're able just to jump on the magnet. And then spin off. And then kind of do a spin, then slide respin. Slide respin, melee. Do this. So, there's a bunch of annoying Sonic the Hedgehogs. Don't do what I just did and just try to spam missiles. Instead, you should have a charge ready. If you have a charge and then you fire a missile, it will automatically die. And then if you did that correctly, you should be able to kill the Ply, the green little... The Jerry. No, it's called the Jerry. You should be able to kill the Jerry with 2 missiles. And then you should be able... So, you do mechanical charge missiles to kill that. I'll actually explain how to do charge missiles later. But basically, the simple explanation is you fire a charge beam, then immediately release a missile by pressing R. And then do a coyote, and then slide respin. slide respin. Okay, I'm gonna explain what to do here. Okay, so when you do the respin here, you'll want to get to the platform, and then you want to slide and then shoot. Because if you do that, Samus will get sucked down by the block, making it a lot faster to go here. After you did that, you just slide through, and then done. How you do that. Ledge, like we discussed in the early beginning of the game. So basically, press and hold B each ledge grab. Then press and hold B, and get it out of the way, slide through it. I want to explain how to do this. So, mechanics. So, basically, when you shoot the item on a Chozo statue, you want to run and then jump part way. You want to have enough air to where you can actually turn around later after the fanfare. And then during the fanfare, you just press right. You just press the opposite direction. Because then she will do that. She will do that, which is much better than landing and then falling or landing and meleeing off the Chozo statue. After you do that, you walk, slide, shoot here, and then shoot your beams. Walk, and then you want to jump, and then kill the door. I'm just gonna show. Okay, we're actually gonna reload checkpoint. My plan is I'm going to show and tell rooms. I really want to get this right. Because I see a lot of people just fire and charge wide. No, fire that way. Just ignore me while I get this. That's how you want to do that. Simple explanation. Okay, this is how we do this. As soon as you slide, you want to. I'm not even sure. You might be able to do a slide respin. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. And then you'll want to do a melee off the sledge. And then as soon as you get to the sledge, angle down and fire a bunch of missiles. Rather than sliding and firing a couple of missiles, here's why. You stay on the ground. That is the simple. That's the same. I don't see any other person doing. This is how easy this is. And then you'll want to take him out with your turbo or whatever you have available to your disposal. So, assuming you did not get hit, you should be able just to quick ride and then kill the wide blocks. And then... Wait a second. I might be able to make this room faster. So yeah, basically, it's possible it could be well faster to use... What is the right word I'm trying to use? It could be faster to try to jump and ledge hop earlier, but because I tend to weave, like, really wide. I might want to fix that personally, but Just this is how you just want to do this room. And then you want to quick rise, and then quick rise again. And then you want to be a full jump. And as soon as you get hit, press free aim. And then swap direction. So you go, basically, when you do the jump, you go from left to right. You go from left and to right in free aim. And then the Jerry will yeet you. If you do not do that, the Jerry is going to deboost you in the wrong direction, aka 3-time wall. And that will also give you iframes just to walk through Sonic the Hedgehog. So perfectly conveniently placed Jerry. Yeah, anyway, if you want to walk through, it's not how you want to do that room. You'll want to just do a ledge hop. Explain how to do the next room. Alright. So as soon as you skip the cutscene, start walking holding the charge. And then as soon as you get to the sledge, immediately get the charge being released. And then start walking. Because the door takes a long time to open. We're trying to open it as quickly as possible. Then you want to do a jump. And then, when Samus is about here, you'll want to melee. If you melee too early, you will bonk the shutter and you will be ashamed of yourself. Alternatively, you can just jump through the shutter by just doing a spin jump. So, yeah. Walk through, kill the fire box, all that yada yada. Same thing kind of here. Plant yourself, and then release your charge. And then do a slide, which I did not do there. So shoot him, slide through, obviously, slide respin, and then do spin fall, and then you're immediately planted where Samus is, and then that way you're pixel perfect, and then that way you can release the charge, push over the sliding box, and then slide respin. The same thing as before, the melee and then the weave, then kill the door, and then get onto the sledge. And then you want to ledge hop. And then as soon as you ledge hop, you grab the magnet and then head towards the ledge. That's how you do that. The alternative is a lot slower, in my opinion. You kill the block and then do a running melee. That's how you do that round. Now we're going to show this room. Okay, this is great. Okay, so for the central unit, you want to be walking with a charge, because if you don't walk in with a charge, it's going to be a lot slower. So with the central unit, you want to do a charge, and then you want to immediately jump and then basically release charge and then tap R. That's how you do charge. So you also want to utilize your quick charges here because you can immediately charge when you get in the air. Not immediately in the air. You can charge as immediately as soon as you do an input. And basically you want to minimize the fastest way to do Charlies is to minimize how long you spend in the air. Because if you spend a long time in the air, your Charlies will be really slow. If I do the Charlies after that, hold a charge while the shell is playing. You can get a little bit extra DPS. Here, trust me. If you do not have super missiles, it is not worth it to missile weave. So yeah, basically, we defeated the central unit. I'm gonna try to do a couple examples. So, if you're using 15 hertz turbo, 12. If you're using 12 or less for turbo or mash, just hold down the menu stream. If I can, I'll explain it. Or not, but stupid guys. So here's something you should know about the Switch 2. Lag. We are going to break down this. So oftentimes in certain zones of the game, there's a couple certain zones that really heavily lag. If you try to do heavy mash speeds 15 or 20 hertz, your Omega Stream and Beam are going to lag. Because we're on the Switch 2, this does not exist. So, you want to do a running and then, as soon as you get to the ground, turn around and press frame similarly and then really close to you, jump over him, and then turn around, and then do is then they have to play and finish the fights. I'm going to show you the alternative, easier kill. And now I'm going to break down this kill. This is the second easiest kill you can do. This is the optimal kill. This does not require a 20 hertz mash to do optimally and fast. So for those who have low mash speeds and are using low turbo, you just want to hold down the Omega Stream button rather than mashing it. So try to as soon as you get in this position. There's a slightly faster kill where the Emmy's faceplate melts much faster, but I've not been able to lab it out, unfortunately. So I'm not covering it today. So, basically there's that. Aim at the Emmys. Just track the face. Now we have Morph Ball. So, in addition to Morph Ball, we can also slide, which is pretty powerful. So, walk off the sledge and do a respin. Do a... You know what? We're just gonna do the show and tell strategy when performing this. Ignore my failed attempt. I found an optimization the other day and I want to show it so bad. That's how you do that. Okay, so let's pretend we're at the top, like right here. So you want to do a respin, melee, and then immediately slide morph. Apparently this puts Samus into position. So yeah, that's really cool. And you want to slide through. Skip over these missiles if you want, but I wouldn't really grab them. Morph out of these tunnels instead of just staying. Samus has more speed when she's sliding. And whirling and morph is kind of slow. So that's so basically just slide morph and then you shoot the then unmorph and then slide morph into the hole. And then shoot these blocks, and then you'll jump, and then slide again. And then go exactly on this hole. Pressing free aim can definitely help here. Just do a neutral jump, get in the hole, and hold the charge. Because then these enemies automatically appear. You delete them. Then for beginners, I highly recommend grabbing this missile plus thing. It will give you 10 more missiles to spray. So that's how you do that. Reload the checkpoint. You know what? I need to do a show and tell idea. Okay, so you are off red teleporter. So this is the important part. So when you go off the teleporter, move. And then stick to the corners. Because what this does is avoid the bugs. The bugs, it is possible that the bugs actually might be more closer to where Samus needs to be because of the Switch 2 load. But the thing is, by doing that, that bug cycle is a completely avoidable and it's dread mode safe. So that's the positive. And then the important thing you want to do is as soon as you kill that, you want to immediately morph. Because if you morph, you'll get a speed boost. Water mechanics are weird in this game, but I don't care. Dread is cool. And then you want to just jump into the water like we discussed. Then do a mid-air morph. mechanic breakdown what I just showed. So when you get to here, you want to do a minimum. Then you want to kill the slug, and then mantle the tunnel. Then you want to immediately shoot the blocks, shoot both blocks, and then do a slide morph to get a huge speed boost. And then you want to ball hop and just spam the avoid the one tile. So as soon as you exit the tunnel, grab the ledge. And then you want to and then I don't think I recorded my shot, but it's fine. Try to pretend the door is here. Basically, you have to hit her more, and then you have to angle your shot like kind of the angle of the slope. That's kind of what you want for cheap shot. That's kind of what you're going to be needing to do. Then do a charge, and then I'll explain Mario Play. Climb. First of all, ledge hop, and then rise over that, and then do another ledge hop, shoot the blocks, and then and then fly through and ball hop, and then grab the magnet, and then shoot the blocks, jump here, and then kill the blocks, and then slide down, and then wall jump off of here. That way Samus can get onto the ledge quicker than if she was just to go up and then rise. Here and spam the blocks, and then do a mid-air morph. Then slide and morph. Slide into this hole so you get more momentum. That's how you do that room. And then just find the next round, and then cut the Mario. How to do this room. Everything's off. Well, I want to show the optimal way to do this room game. That's how you do that room. The idea is you want to slide in the north and then immediately go to the right, because then she'll just get into the cubby. Then you want to do a full you want to do a jump and then quick ride, and then you want to do a melee. Slide, and then slide and free spin, and then flip the stick the opposite direction. And basically you want to do it, yeah, basically slide and free spin, so you don't end up doing that, which lands on there, compared to this, which you spend a lot less time in the air. Shoot this door. And then charge shot in the melee right here. I can just have safe states. But yeah, we're not quite there yet. Alright guys, so that was part 2.2 of the tutorial. So basically we covered how to go through Cataris, we covered the wide beam splits, Morph and Varia splits. I hope you found this helpful and ask any questions in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. So yeah, for the next part, we'll be covering other stuff and how to just go fast. So yeah, there's that. And I'll see you on the next